Hello and welcome to In the Kitchen with Matt. I am your host, Matt Taylor. Today I have another product review episode for you, and I'm going to be reviewing TheChefClub knife. It's a new knife that I have, and I'm also going to do a little mini showdown between my new chef's knife against my other ones that I've been using. So it should be pretty fun, pretty awesome. Let's get started. All right, this is my new knife, the TheChefClub edition. And one thing I noticed is it's made with a matrix powder steel. I'm not sure exactly what that means, but it is one full piece of steel, and it's actually surprisingly light for how big it is. And it just looks really, really cool. One thing I like is I love how it fits in my hand. It fits really good in my hand. So that's pretty cool, and it's really, really sharp. Pretty neat. And now I'm going to do a little showdown between that knife and my trusty Cutco knife. I've been a Cutco knife user for quite a while. I love my Cutco knives. And then I have my smaller chef knife. It's a Japanese knife. The brand is Shun. It's a very good knife as well. So I'm just going to do a little mini showdown with these knives and just see how they compare. I'm not going to be doing a whole lot of different things, just two different ingredients that we're going to cut into. All right, I have this corn on a cob that's still in its husks. I wanted to use the corn because it's pretty hard on the inside, and then it's got this fibrous husk on the outside that if you don't have a very good knife, it's really hard to cut all the way through one of these. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to first start with my little Shun classic or Shun knife. So I'm just going to give it a cut. And ideally I would have the same thickness going on. I'm just going to give it a cut like right about here. Okay, that was not super easy to cut through. I got through it, wasn't super easy. And also I'm sitting down, so everything is going to be the same way. Normally I would stand, and it makes it easier to cut when you're standing. Now I'm going to use my trusty Cutco knife. It did a little bit better. Wasn't quite of a straight cut through this part of the husk. Now let's try out the TheChefClub knife. All right, so that was definitely the winner. Nice, clean, straight cut. Look at how clean that cut is. Pretty awesome. That's actually really cool. So that point goes to the TheChefClub knife. Now let's go on to the tomato. All right, now I have a tomato here. Generally, when I would cut tomatoes, I would use a serrated edged knife. One thing that interested me about the TheChefClub knife was there was a viral video on Facebook where a guy took the knife and he didn't hold the tomato. He just stood here like this and just cut right through a tomato. I don't have that high of hopes, but I do want to test these knives on this tomato. I'm going to do my Shun Classic first. First, I'm just going to try to do it without holding the tomato. Nope, it's not going to work because it's just going to push it over. So I'm just going to hold it here. I wouldn't normally cut a tomato this way, just to show you. Okay, I mean, it cuts through it pretty well. Now I want to go on to my Cutco knife. Slices through it pretty well. And now the TheChefClub knife. I'm going to try to do it without holding it. Nope. But I'm just going to give it a hold down at the bottom. And it cuts through it really well. Able to get a nice thin cut. Now I'm going to turn it to the side like this. This is how you normally would slice a tomato. Cuts through it like butter. Back to the Cutco knife. Wow, that does a really great job too. I mean, that's a good job there. All of them are doing a great job on this tomato. I don't really think there's a clear winner between any of them. They all did a great job on the tomato. So if I had to give an edge to one of these knives overall, the TheChefClub probably edges them out just by a little bit. I do love how it looks. I love how it feels in my hand. Will I continue to use all three of these knives? Yes. You can't go wrong with any of these knives. The TheChefClub knife, the Showdown knife, or the Cutco knife. You'll be happy with any one of those. Well, there we have it. A little review on the TheChefClub knife and a little mini showdown between three of my knives here in my kitchen. Bottom line, can't go wrong with any one of these knives. If you want a really cool looking knife, it's really, really sharp, fits well in your hand, take a look at the TheChefClub. This is not a sponsored video. I'm not being paid to say any of this. So there you go. I'm Matt Taylor. This has been another episode of In the Kitchen with Matt. Thank you for joining me. As always, if you have any questions, comments, or requests, put them down below and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Thumbs up, down the corner, push it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and check out my other videos. Take care.